You are about to listen to the full interview with José Javier Gracenea. Sections of it were originally included in our Faces of Bélmez episode. José Javier Gracenea holds a PhD in organic chemistry and is an expert in organic coatings, which led him to doing forensic work on the faces themselves. We spoke with him about the techniques he used to examine the faces and the conclusions he drew from the findings. We hope you enjoy.
I'm a chemist. I am PhD in organic chemistry, and I started with coatings more or less 20 years ago. Okay, this is more focused on organic coatings. Okay, let me say paint, in order to speak easily. Due to that, I established a company, more a laboratory, okay? A coating laboratory related to the coating analysis, to the coating test, and so on. So due to that, there is a program in Spain, a TV program called Cuarto Milenio. Do you know that? Yes, I suppose.
Yes, that's how we found you. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So they called me in order to analyze the faces of Bélmez, and this is my background. I was a university professor for years, general manager of several coating companies, technical manager and commercial manager, always in coating, okay, in organic coatings. So I think it was in 2014, 2014, Cuarto Milenio called me in order to analyze the faces of Bélmez. So I was in Bélmez. I took several pieces of the ground, let me say, contaminated with faces, and analyzed them. The first result and the result of the analysis was that those faces were not, manipulated, if you will. Okay, this is due to the concrete. Let me say to the concrete. When you have a concrete surface now, for more than. I was in Africa after Cuarto Milenio for 2 years, and for more than 2 years I was working directly on concrete. And let me say, these are the typical stains of concrete after some time. When I was in Bélmez, I asked to them if there was a magnetic field, I don't know, several, something doing this point, doing the faces. And the answer was no. Nothing was there. The faces of Bélmez were natural ones, and that was all. Nothing more than that. Apart from that, you have I don't know how to say. You have the media influence in this point, but technically speaking, there is nothing to say. Because we cannot explain why the faces are there. We cannot explain that.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. So I kind of, that was a wonderful overview of everything. I kind of want to back it up a little bit, if you don't mind. Prior to the faces of Bélmez, you said that you do a lot of analyzing of coatings, of paints. In what other scenarios than the faces of Bélmez would you be called in to help analyze coatings, paintings?
All kinds of paint, from industrial to mineral, organic, all kinds of paint. We were analyzing of all kinds of paint.
Are there certain scenarios that you do that for? Do you do it for the police? Do you do it for other companies? Yes. We were analyzing, for instance, our main task was to analyze the paint where
the problems were coming. I mean, you have an accelerated corrosion, for instance. There we were in order to say why this problem was coming up. Okay, so we were. I am very used to analyze paint for problems.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely. So, when the TV show reached out to you, was that the first time you had ever heard of the Faces of Bélmez, or had you known about them before?
No, nothing at all. I remember very well this day, and a colleague of mine was telling me, Jose, they are talking about the Faces of Bélmez. They go, what is that? I didn't know that before. I didn't know that before. It was the first time for me. It was the first time for me.
So they call you up. They tell you about the Faces of Bélmez. What is your initial reaction? What do you think it is before your before you do your analysis?
Yes, my first reaction was not to think about. I mean, those things these things are not of my interest. They are not of my interest. So, I mean, there are a lot of things like that in Spain. Okay, this is related to culture and other things, but I'm not interested at all on them. At all, I'm not interested at all in them. No, this is not my field. This is not my field.
So then why did the Faces of Bélmez attract you to be a part of this examination?
Yes, but because I was interesting for me from the company point of view. It was interesting for papers and TV and for the company, not for me. But it was a very good publicity for the company, no more than that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think? Why do you think so many people are interested in the Faces of Bélmez?
I don't agree with you. There are not too many people interested in that. But there is this program, this TV show, is broadcasting this type of travels points or whatever you want. But I don't think too many people are interested in that. I don't think so.
Very interesting. So what was your first reaction when you saw one of the faces in person?
I don't know. I cannot tell you because I really look at that just from the technical point of view. It's not. There is no any emotional part of that. Believe me. Even after after 4 years. Believe me, if I cannot, I'm not thinking about that. There is no any, apart from the professional side, there is no any impression from that. Yes, excuse me, I'm very clear to you that this is, my first reaction was, there was one more job, one more work to do. No more than that, believe me.
So you didn't even think that they were kind of interesting at all beyond just finding out what the chemical compounds in it was?
Yes, my interest was just about the chemical compounds, where they are. But once we made, we did the analysis of that, we just found the normal compounds in concrete, no more than that. Okay, there was not any special. There was not any paint or any coating could be manipulated by people. There was nothing. What we found were the common compounds, the common chemicals in concrete, no more than that.
Yes, so you took several pieces of the faces, and then what techniques What techniques did you use to get those samples of the faces?
Yes. We used IR, I mean infrared spectroscopy, and electronic scanning microscopy. These are the two techniques we use in order to do the analysis we did, okay? Yes, infrared and scanning electronic microscopy, same.
Did you take that from only one of the faces, or did you take samples from multiple faces?
No. I took several samples from Bélmez faces. I took several samples, and there was a person taking them to the laboratory. There you go.
Interesting. And so what tests did you actually run, or processes did you actually run to examine the components in the concrete?
So what I ran were several analyses, both infrared, okay? Yes? Do you understand infrared technology?
Yes.
Yes?
If you could explain to us infrared technology for people who maybe are not.
Yes, infrared technology is just for knowing if there are organic compounds. I mean, organic compounds. This was the target of that, okay? If you use infrared, you can analyze whatever you want with infrared technology, but this is mainly put for organic compounds. So when I took several pieces of Bélmez faces, the first analysis was infrared technology in order to know if there was any organic coating put by people, okay? I mean, manipulated by people. This was the first analysis. Afterwards, and once we realized that there was no organic compounds, we go into mineral compounds, and for that we use scanning electronic microscopy. Okay, the scanning electronic microscopy is more for atoms, okay, not for molecules. I mean, with scanning electronic microscopy, what you see are atoms. You can see silicon, lead, I don't know, sodium, whatever you want, okay? Infrared technology is for organic molecules, polymer, okay, resin, and scanning electron microscopy for atoms.
So some people say that the family used chemicals to burn in the images. Did you find any chemicals in the faces at all?
No, at all. No. As I told you at the beginning, what we found were the common chemicals in concrete. No more than that. You cannot explain what are the chemicals I don't know how to say that, are designing faces. So you don't find anything special there. There is just some concrete and some stain related to time, no more than that. You cannot explain that by analyzing chemicals in concrete. In this case, you cannot explain that.
Some people have said you picked the test to run because you knew that they would show nothing in it, instead of picking the correct test that would maybe show the compounds that were used to actually make the faces. Did you understand that? Does that make sense?
I far as I understand, you are telling me that I didn't use the correct techniques, and my point was not to show the real compound. This is what...
I'm not saying that, but yes, that is the question that I'm asking you. correct?
Yes, how to explain that to you? This TV show is very controversial in Spain, okay? And a lot of people are looking at that and are very interested in that, okay? But for me, believe me, I don't have any I don't know how to say that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to show anything special. So believe me, my only task was from the technical point of view. Believe me, I don't mind what is there. Believe me, so for me, this is nothing. And I did that from my best knowledge, no more than that. So we didn't have any previous information, any previous condition. The program was because this was a point we talk about, and I told them that it was not interesting for me at all. From other point than the technical one. So believe me, it is not really interesting to me, and it was very professional and scientific point of view. Only scientific point of view. I don't mind about other side of this problem. Believe me.
Yeah, definitely. That's great to hear. So, with there being nothing in the concrete other than concrete, what do you think causes the faces?
Nothing apart from the compounds being in concrete cause faces. Nothing apart from that. Nothing. This is because of the style of concrete. No more than that. There is no any compound apart from those that are very common in concrete. There is nothing related to organic coatings. There is nothing related to paints that cause those faces. Nothing apart from that. Nothing.
So, do you think that it could just be time weathering it, or do you actually think that there could be something supernatural going on? What is your...
No, what I know, what I know is that nothing manipulated is there, first of all. What I know is that nothing apart from concrete is there. Why do we see that? Believe me, I don't know. I don't know because I was in place and I saw faces. But there is nothing related to chemistry that causes that. Nothing. Due to that, the first thing I asked at the time was if there was a magnetic field or something physical more than chemical explaining that. From the chemistry point of view, nothing causes the faces.
Very interesting.
You cannot explain that. I don't think there is I don't know there is I don't know how to say, but nothing special. I mean, any coating is causing that. Nothing related to that. This is, I don't know why, but these faces are there because I saw them, but you cannot explain that. From the scientific point of view, once again, from the scientific point of view.
Let us know what you think about the faces of Bélmez on Twitter and Instagram at @strange_phenom and on Facebook at Strange Phenomenon, all one word. Please give us a review and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Visit www.strange-phenomenon.com for a full list of sources and more episodes. Strange Phenomenon is hosted by Ray Tarara. It's written and produced by RJ Blake and Ray Tarara. Theme music by Tara Monk. Additional music provided by Sergei Cheremizanov.